I'm Neil McIntosh. I manage the Children and Father Service for One Parent Families Scotland. Recently I was attending a healthy cooking class with our Edinburgh service, the dads and the kids cooking together, and I drove up to the school where we were holding it, and next door to the school there was a church, and it had a signpost up advertising mothers and toddlers groups, which my heart sunk, and I thought, are we really still in the situation where we're excluding dads from a playgroup?
I think maybe whether you feel confident enough or comfortable enough to sit in a room of 20 women and their children and you're the only dad in it, it can be quite a daunting thing at first.
I would like to see in the future that dads wouldn't need a separate service to mums, and that all services were open and equal to both mother and father. Single fathers in particular face the same barriers that single mothers face, but they also face additional barriers in that they can become very isolated, and they need opportunities to meet with other single fathers who are in a similar situation, and that's what we do at Us Together.
I just needed a bit of direction in my life. When we did go out on our outings, we would do things, but I was struggling to work out, how am I going to get back into work? All my focus was on looking after my daughter.
So part of the work that we do is to build up the confidence and self-esteem within the father to be able to access these services, and that may be that one of our team accompanies a dad to a service like that for the first few times until he's confident to do that himself. But really, services need to change to be more inclusive of fathers. We've had stories of fathers being refused access to antenatal services with their partners. We have seen situations where a child has been put in care, and because the mother was no longer able to look after the child, and the father wasn't even consulted or considered to be an option to look after that child.
Going through it myself, I think I've got some valuable information, some help, whether it's advice or just someone listening to an experience I've had myself.
I'd like to see the role of fathers being celebrated in this country and beyond. There are other countries, for example Sweden, where it's perceived as a very negative thing when a father's not involved. They really celebrate the role of being a dad.
It feels good that you're not the only person that goes through these things. You're not the only dad. You can share experiences and maybe get some advice of people who've been going through it longer than you have, how they've managed to handle situations. But you also see that there's people in a lot worse situations and a lot more difficult situations than I am.
Since Us Together, supporting Scotland's children and their fathers, launched a year ago, one of the most successful things that we've managed to do is to support 11 children, or support 11 fathers to take their children out of care and to take on the responsibility of looking after their children on their own. Now, that in monetary terms saves the local authority £50,000 per year per child.
I still have a reasonably good relationship with my daughter's mum. For her daughter, she still sees that mum and dad can be in the same room together and do activities together, which benefits her in the long run. So,
one dad said to me that before he met the children and fathers worker, he wouldn't have said boo to a goose, he wouldn't have come out with other people, he didn't have the confidence to talk to anybody, and he also said that his life began when he met our organisation.
If I can help even one person, give them more advice, more help, then to me it's worth it.